Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. We're live at Monte Vista High School in Danville for another home game for Walnut Creek. They take on the San Francisco Seagulls. Seagulls 4-14 entering today. Walnut Creek coming off back-to-back wins over the Sonoma Stompers. They're now 10-5. Kasey, over the past couple games for Walnut Creek, what has stood out to you the most?
It's the pitching. 0 ERA as a team these last two games, only giving up a few unearned runs. And, I mean, the pitching really looks like it's in a rhythm, not being afraid to attack the zone, keeping the command in check. And Crawdads will be without Joey Donnelly today on the hitting side, but they should have enough depth to supplement that as we've seen the offense break out these past couple of games, albeit a little slower in Game 2 of the Stomper series.
Absolutely. Donnelly, like you mentioned, taking a couple days to visit some schools. He's in the grad transfer portal, looking for a new home. The man on the hill for Walnut Creek to try to continue this run of good pitching, Colin Nowacek, the left-hander from Elkhorn, Nebraska. Goes to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln this spring. Had 10 appearances for the Cornhuskers, was 0-1 with a 7.0 ERA in 9 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts to 7 walks. Seen some pretty good action so far. First batter he'll face is the right-hander for the Seagulls, Miles Callinger, playing left field. Lefty winds and deals. First offering slapped into right center, down for a base hit. Callinger turning for second. He'll be in there safely. Finally, a throw from Jenkins. Looks like he lost it at the warning track a bit.
It's a really good piece of hitting from Callinger, going the other way out to right. And he's a guy you like having in the leadoff spot. You might wonder why Jake Brewer's not hitting the leadoff spot, but Callinger proving why he's capable of having that position.
Absolutely. So now, like you mentioned, Jake Brewer, perhaps the best hitter for the Seagulls, is up to bat in the two-hole, playing third base. 16 games, Brewer is hitting .393 on the year, 56 total at-bats, 22 hits, 3 of them for extra bases. He's got a runner in scoring position here in the top of the first. Nowacek looks back to second. First offer from the stretch, a bunt popped up to Nowacek at the bump for the first out.
I don't really understand the process there, having your best hitter up. I mean, you'd like to move the runner, but might as well swing it away.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Kasey, especially with your best hitter. Either way, be the left-hander Ben Koch playing center field. 6'4" left-hander from University of Louisiana at Monroe. Played 12 games there this spring. Did not record a hit. Hitting .125 in 18 games for the Seagulls this season. Nowacek works from the stretch. The first offering to Koch. Fastball runs inside. We want to know. Nowacek was once the #1 overall left-handed pitcher in the state of Nebraska out of Elkhorn North High School. He looks in, kicks and fires the 1-0. Yanks a fastball outside, 2-0.
We've seen some mixed work from him so far. But the Crawdads starting pitching these past few games has been very solid.
Nowacek enters today a 4.15 ERA in 3 appearances, 2 of them starts. Technically 0-1 on the year. The 2-0 inside fastball, check swing, fouled back. It'll be 2-1 on Koch. Nowacek offers a 4-pitch mix, an 88 to 92 mile-an-hour fastball, a curveball that parks in the mid-70s, a slider in the low 80s, and a low 80s changeup as well. The lefty sets out the belt, and he'll step off as Callinger has to jog back into second. Zach Justice behind the dish gives Nowacek the call. The 2-1 delivery. Fastball upstairs, ball 3. Quick defensive breakdown for Walnut Creek. Cam Calvillo at third base. Jared Medham at short. Ryan Ellis at second. John Ewens at first. Then Trey Johnson in left. Sam Jenkins in center. Ryan Brome in right field. The 3-1 offering fastball on the outer third. Full count on Koch. Nowacek looking for the payoff. Lines and fires. Koch swings and slaps it foul on the third base side. We'll do it again. Nowacek's last offering came a week ago against the Alameda Merchants last Thursday. Went 3 innings there. Was credited with a loss as he allowed 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 7 hits. We get a timeout. Koch and San Francisco manager Ryan Davis having a quick chat.
Big spot. San Francisco's not a team that typically gets their offense rolling early. They've struggled in offensive games these past few and against the Crawdads this year.
Definitely a big spot like you mentioned. We'll see how they try to attack Crawdads pitching, which has been pretty excellent in all the games against San Francisco.
Especially knowing you're going to play them tomorrow. Want to be tactical around what you're going to use and who might get a shot.
Novacek working from the first base side of the rubber. The payoff. Fastball on the outer third, called ball 4. That was close. Either way, they're 2 on for the designated hitter for San Francisco, Ethan Johnson. Rising freshman committed to the University of Missouri. Local prospect from San Jose steps in from the left side. Novacek's first offering to Johnson. Breaking ball well inside. It'll be ball 1. Johnson's been one of the better hitters for the Seagulls, Kasey. 17 games this year, hitting .255. 9 runs batted in. 4 extra base hits. The 1-0. Fastball on the inner third, strike 1.
Yeah, he has been better and definitely want to make his mark before going to the SEC. Most competitive conference.
The 1-1 from Novacek. Fastball on the outer half, strike 2. 2 straight fastballs painting the strike zone, Kasey. Nice pitches. What do you think he goes to here?
I'd see him stick with the fastball. It's been working well. Head in the count.
The 1-2. Breaking ball slapped foul towards the Crawdad dugout. Still 1-2 on Johnson. Graduated Kings Academy High School just this spring. According to Perfect Game Scouting Company, Johnson an 8.5 prospect grade. Pretty prestigious. The 1-2, breaking ball runs inside. 2-2. Novacek trying to get out of a jam here early in the top of the first. Johnson with the bat above his shoulder. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a liner over to second. Ellis is there for one, flips to Medham at second for the other. Callinger took off hastily over at second, never looked back, so he'll get tagged on the double play. And that'll do it. The Crawdads will head to the bottom of the first, take their first swings of the day. We'll have that right here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network. Walnut Creek leading things off here in the bottom of the first. It'll be Jared Medham, the first man up. New pitcher for San Francisco, making his debut with the Seagulls, Alan Graber. The 6'2" Las Vegas native. Righty's first offering to Medham, swing and a miss on a fastball down low.
Medham has been playing with some emotion lately. It'll be interesting to see if he gets on base. Definitely a guy at threat to go.
Graber gets the call. And the 0-1. Slider breaks too far outside, 1-1. Defense for San Francisco. Tate Lewis behind the dish. Jackson Landry at first. Jalen Hodges at second. Thomas Mayer at short. Jake Brewers at third. Miles Callinger and left. As the 1-1 slider outside again, 2-1. Ben Koch in center and Matt Galvin in right. For Walnut Creek, it'll be Medham, Jenkins, Brome due up in this inning. Now the 2-1 count on Medham, the St. Mary's man. Graber winds and deals outside again, 3-1. Medham riding a 3-game hit streak for Walnut Creek. He had one apiece in each game of the 3-game set against the Stompers. Also had 2 walks in the series. The 3-1. Fastball on the high outside corner, called strike 2. So the count works full now on Medham. Half Moon Bay native. Reddy's in the right-handed batter's box. Graber from the first base side of the rubber, kicks and delivers a nasty slider, swinging strike 3.
It's a good start. Medham has been such a tough out for the Crawdads, and it's a big start for Graber.
Absolutely, Medham is hitting 300 on the year. But following the strikeout, it'll bring up Sam Jenkins, the left-hander from Baylor, playing center field today for Walnut Creek. Jenkins has appeared in every game against the Stompers, most recently. Pinch hit last night, got a single. Takes his first offering from the righty Graber inside on the fastball, 1-0. Jenkins in 11 games for Walnut Creek, hitting .314. 5 runs batted in on 3 extra base hits. Graber's 1-0 delivery. Swinging a drive into left field. Callinger under it and puts it away. 2 quick outs of Walnut Creek. Kasey, a little similar to what we have seen most of the year up until past couple of games.
Yeah, yesterday, I mean, the Crawdads were scoring every inning at the top, at least getting on base, with the exception of a couple innings. But yeah, it's been a little bit of a learning curve.
So with 2 down, it's Ryan Brome, the right fielder hitting in the 3-hole for Walnut Creek. Southeastern Louisiana man steps in. Graber's first offering to the big lefty. Fastball outside, 1-0. Brome has appeared in 3 games for Walnut Creek. He's had 11 at-bats, hitting .182 with 2 hits on the year, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Graber gets the call from Lewis. The 1-0 to Brome. Fastball low, ball 2. Brome, a 3rd-year Crawdad, spent 2022 and 23 with the team. That first year he hit .362 in 41 games, then in 23 hit .331 in 34 games for the Dads. The 2-0 from Graber. Yanks a fastball inside, 87 miles an hour. 3-0 now on Brome. Just finished up a monster year at Southeastern Louisiana. Played in 42 games, hit .355. 12 doubles, 12 homers, 2 triples. The 3-0 pitch, fastball on the outer third, strike 1. So really good recovery pitch there from Graber after missing his locations. Sets out the belt, winds and delivers the 3-1. Ball 4 on a fastball in the dirt. So Brome is the first base runner for Walnut Creek. That'll bring up Zach Justice, the catcher, in the 4 spot for Walnut Creek.
Good at bat there for Brome, a guy who's typically kind of trigger happy at the dish, but to get on with 2 outs and put some pressure on our Graber is huge.
Yeah, great discipline, absolutely. Zach Justice playing in his 7th game now for Walnut Creek as a catcher. In the prior 6 games, hitting 143 for Walnut Creek. He's got 3 hits, one of them a home run. As the first pitch he sees driven deep into right center. That one going back, and see you later, Zach Justice, his 2nd of the year. It's a 2-0 ball game for Walnut Creek.
Wow, just sheer power from Zach Justice. And we've seen that from him already, but the sound off the bat was a thing of beauty there.
Wow, he is really coming into his own now, Casey. Past couple games. He's riding a 3-game hit streak now. Homered on Sunday against the Saints, so that's his 2nd in 3 games. So now with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 2nd, it'll be John Ewens for Walnut Creek. Ewens, one of the most dangerous hitters in the Crawdads order, hitting .370 in 12 games this year. 16 runs batted in. 2nd in the entire league. Graber's first offering fouled off home plate, perhaps off of Ewens' foot.
So in a matter of week, Justice going from no home runs to now tied for the team lead with 2.
Not only the team lead, but the CCL lead, mind you. Tied with both of his teammates, Ewens and Cam Taylor. Ewens led the CCL up until yesterday in runs batted in with 15. Added another one yesterday, but his teammate Joey Donnelly overtook him after a 5 RBI day yesterday. The 0-1 pitch, fastball upstairs. It'll be 1-1 on Ewens. Graber looks in for the call. Kicks and deals the 1-1 breaking ball on the outer third. Nice slider there. It's 1-2 to Ewens. Ewens, the 6'3" left-hander from Baylor, native of Waco, Texas. He's dealt some massive damage so far with Walnut Creek, looking to continue that. 1 for 5 yesterday. The 1-2 from Graber, swing and a miss. Off speed, got him to chase high. So Walnut Creek finally retired, but not before the 2-run shot from Zach Justice to put them on top early. We'll head to the top of the 2nd, see if San Francisco can score some runs right after this. Welcome back to the Crawdad Streaming Network for the top of the 2nd. San Francisco Seagulls leading off the inning, down 2-0, thanks to the Zach Justice home run in the last half inning. Leading off in this inning, Tate Lewis for San Francisco, the right-handed catcher today. Attends Southern Illinois University at Carbondale. First offering from Noah Chick, outside 1-0. The Nebraska lefty in his 2nd inning of work now. Trying to remain spotless. The 1-0 fastball inside, called strike. Now it'll be 1-1. Nochek winds and delivers a breaking ball in the zone. Strike 2. Crawdads with 5 guys listed in the bullpen will be making appearances today. So Nochek's outing likely going to be short. Here's the 1-2 to Lewis. Fastball upstairs. 2-2. Lewis, a rising senior at Southern Illinois. Hit .410 this spring in 24 games. As the 2-2 grounded on the third baseline, just foul. Lewis in front of it a smidge.
Yeah, and yesterday we saw the Crawdads only have to use 3 pitchers, and I don't know if that was the original plan, but the efficiency of the pitch counts and then also winning the game with ease was a huge part of that.
Definitely an extremely efficient outing for the Crawdads yesterday. Here's the 2-2. Slapped foul behind us. Count remains 2 apiece. But actually, Kasey, I was talking to the pitching coach for Walnut Creek, Dustin Chaney, and he said he's trying to get guys more appearances while they have the same inning and pitch count. The 2-2 from Nowacek well outside. Count works full on Lewis now. So essentially, these relievers will probably have 1 day of rest and pitch multiple times a week now. Here's the payoff from Nowacek. Fastball swinging a drive into left field. Johnson under it. Takes a couple steps, puts it away for the first out of the second.
I'm sure it's fun for Nowacek and White, both from Nebraska, getting those starts back-to-back days and having a close relationship, living with each other this year.
Yeah, and they've both been pretty phenomenal. One of the best arms for the Crawdads so far. So with 1 out, it's Jackson Landry up to bat. First offering to him, breaking ball in the outer third, strike 1. Landry, another University of Louisiana Monroe man. Swings at the 0-1, fouls it back. Quickly an 0-2 count on the Donaldsonville, Louisiana native. 16 games this summer for San Francisco, hitting .179. Landry stands at 6'6", 225 pounds. The 0-2 to the righty. Outside breaking ball, 1-2.
I like the pitch mix so far from Nowacek as well. Just mixing some stuff up and not being too afraid to leave stuff on the plate, but also being conservative with that.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. The fastball gets the chase. 2 down in the top of the second. And like you mentioned, Kasey, Nowacek attacking hitters, not leaving too much over the plate, something he did in that last start against Alameda last week, which allowed those 7 hits and 2 earned runs to come across. Another righty, Matt Galvin, up to bat, a Calgary native. First offering to him, breaking ball in the outer third, strike 1. Galvin, another guy who's played a bulk of the games for San Francisco, 17 games, and 167 on the year. Another 0-1 off-speed pitch, registers for a strike. Quickly 0-2 to Galvin.
Same approach from Nowacek his last at bat, in that quick 0-2. See if we get him to chase here.
Winds and fires, fastball outside, doesn't get the bite. So Nowacek will have to go back to the well. Galvin 13 strikeouts on the year to 6 walks. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a foul ball on the first base side. Ewan's coming across, and he'll put it away. 3 up, 3 down for San Francisco in the top of the second. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. See if Walnut Creek can extend the 2-0 lead right here on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to the Crawdad Streaming Network for the bottom of the second inning. Walnut Creek up to bat. Joe Coupland will lead things off, as it is 6-7-8 for Walnut Creek. Coupland, right-hander, playing designated hitter today. Alan Gaber, now in his second inning of work, allowed the two-run jack to Zach Justice. Making his debut for San Francisco. Originally started the year at Menlo Park. In one game against the Merchants, allowed 3 runs in a third of an inning. He looks in, gets the call from Lewis. Kicks and deals the first pitch to Coupland. On the outer third, strike one. Coupland, the 6-foot Danville native, played this spring at Chabot College over in Hayward, where Walnut Creek played their first couple home games. The 0-1 to him. Swing and a miss on a fastball outside. Quickly 0-2 on Coupland. In 6 games for Walnut Creek, hitting .333. Has not hit in a week. Last time he played, he was against the Menlo Park Legends last Wednesday. The 0-2 offering. Off-speed yanked well into the left-handed batter's box. Lewis, good jump to save it from being a passed ball. Not that it would matter. No runners on. Coupland at Chabot this spring, 38 games, .265 batting average, 31 runs batted in. Graber and the 1-2 to Coupland. Breaking ball high. 2-2 now on Coupland. Coupland, a two-way player for Walnut Creek, plays catcher and right-handed pitcher. Has 3 appearances on the mound, 4 2/3 innings pitched.
Seems like he's found a good spot at the DH.
2-2 from Graber. Fastball goes high. It was scheduled to pitch yesterday, but Edward Said, Ray Levis, and Aiden White took care of it. Didn't need him to close out. The payoff from Graber. Check swing on a high ball. It's ball 4. Coupland works the leadoff walk. It's his 4th base on balls on the year, and it brings up Ryan Ellis playing second base today, hitting from the left side. Ellis in 8 games for Walnut Creek, hitting .231 this season. 6 hits, 1 for extra bases, 6 runs batted in. Ellis in the portal after bouncing around at a couple schools. Originally, he went to St. Mary's at a high school, spent 3 years there. Only played in 2 as he redshirted in 23, then went to UT Arlington, where he was a monster in 2024. Did not play this fall as Coupland takes off on the first offering from Graber, well outside. Ball 1 and a stolen bag.
Coupland has that sneaky speed that you have to worry about. Haven't seen him use it that much, but you know he has it.
It's his 2nd stolen bag of the season. So Ellis with a great hit tool. Last year of collegiate ball that he played with Arlington. Hit .298 on the season in 54 games. The 1-0 from Garber. Well outside. It's 2-0. Ellis, the Peoria, Arizona native. Took a medical redshirt this spring, so did not play anywhere. The 2-0 from Gaber. Breaking ball just finds the outer third. It's 2-1 now to Ellis. Ellis, a 3rd-year Crawdad. Last played for Walnut Creek in 2023, where he played 23 games. Hit .328 as leadoff man, 19 runs batted in. Gaber looks to Coupland at second. The 2-1 from the stretch. Swinging a ground ball over to second. Hodges fields, throws it to first for 1 out. Coupland does advance to third. So productive ground ball from Ellis. And that'll bring up the 3rd baseman for Walnut Creek, Cam Calvillo. Calvillo did not start yesterday, but pinch hit for Chris Esquivel in later innings. Ultimately collected 2 at-bats, reached on an error in his first at-bat, struck out in the second. So Calvillo, the longest tenured Crawdad, back for his 4th summer in the Creek, working with a man in scoring position, trying to extend the 2-0 lead for the Dads. Gaber's first offering to Calvillo, fastball high, 1-0.
I talked to Calvillo pregame about him playing third today, getting his first start there of the year, and he said it's his natural position, so he's excited for the opportunity.
Calvillo played a lot of second, a lot of shortstop when Medham was injured with the hand issue. The 1-0 from Gaber, grounder over to third. Brewers picks it up, throws it to first. They hold Coupland on the bag. It's now 2 down. Walnut Creek in danger of stranding the runner in scoring position. Trey Johnson, the left-handed left fielder, with an opportunity to change things here. Johnson, the rising sophomore at Skyline College this spring in 41 games, hit .331, 38 runs batted in, 13 extra bases. He's appeared in 10 games for Walnut Creek thus far. Started the season with a 5-game hitting streak. Gaber's first offering to the lefty. Fastball locates on the outer third. It's strike one. Johnson hitting .231 this summer for Walnut Creek. 12 hits on the season. 10 runs batted in. The 0-1 from Gaber. Chopper over to Hodges at second. The flip to first in time. Crawdads strand one. As we head to the top of the third, San Francisco with an opportunity to score right after this. Welcome back to the Crawdad Streaming Network for the top of the third inning. It'll be 8-9-1 for the San Francisco Seagulls as they're down 2-0 against the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Jalen Hodges, the second baseman, will lead things off. Colin Nowacek still on the bump for Walnut Creek. He delivers a strike on the lower third. Hodges, the Cal State East Bay man, swings and drives one into center field. Jenkins is there for the out.
Nowacek has been pitching to that pretty weak contact overall, has the one strikeout, but besides that first inning, the Seagulls have not really been able to put much in play that's been threatening.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got 13 strikeouts, now 14 on the season. A little bit of a strikeout pitcher, but not necessarily going with the overpowering stuff as the righty Mayer steps in. First offering, swinging a drive into right field. Brome going back, and he makes the squeeze. Ryan Brome flashes the leather.
Brome again showing why he was called to be in this position and play on the Crawdads this year. His defense, big part of his game.
Absolutely, one of the many tools he's trying to flash to MLB scouts as he hopes to get drafted in a couple weeks. Miles Callinger, the University of San Francisco man, up to bat as the lineup turns over. 2 down in the top of the third. Callinger had the leadoff double to start the game. Trying to get his second hit of the day. Nowacek's first offering to him. Upstairs, 1-0. Callinger is a freshman at UCF. Won a West Coast Conference all-freshman selection after hitting .429 on the season. The 1-0 offering in there for a strike, 1-1. And Callinger this spring at 182 in 25 games. 6 runs batted in. The 1-1 from Nowacek. Swinging a ground ball over to Medem at short. Takes a bad hop. He fields and throws to Ewens for the out. Second straight inning of 3 up, 3 down for the San Francisco Seagulls. Crawdads defense doing their job. We'll head to the bottom of the third, see if the Dads can extend the lead here in the Creek. Welcome back to the Crawdad Streaming Network for the bottom of the third. Walnut Creek up to bat. Jared Medem will lead things off. 1-2-3 due up for the Crawdads. Alan Gaber now in his third inning of work. He's been pretty good so far, Casey. Just the 2 walks allowed and obviously the 2-run homer to Zach Justice. But a lot of ground ball and weak contact induced as Medem up for the second time. Struck out swinging in the first. Looking to continue his hitting streak, advance it to 4 games. First offering from Gaber. Fastball bounces in the dirt. 1-0 to Medem. Won West Coast Conference All-Freshman honors back in 2023. Then this spring, hit 197 in 55 games for the Gales. The 1-0 from Gaber. Off-speed pitch goes high. 2-0. Medem entered today hitting .300 exactly in 9 games, 12 hits. No extra bases yet, Casey, but he does have 13 runs batted in on the season. The 2-0 from Gaber. Swinging a flare into shallow left center field, down for a base hit. And there it is, Casey. Medem, a 4-game hit streak.
Yeah, another hit for him. And like you said, hasn't had the extra base stuff so far, but I think that's why he's hitting leadoff. He can get on base reliably and not necessarily a guy that you have to put in the cleanup spot.
Also a guy who can swipe bags once he's on. He's got 6 steals on the season. We'll see if he tries to get some more as Sam Jenkins, the left-hander from Baylor, up now in the 2-hole. Jenkins flew out to left in the first at-bat today for him. Rising redshirt freshman from Dallas, trying to go back to the Bears with some good stats on the resume. Takes the first offer from Gaber. Fastball on the outer third, strike 1.
Yeah, I bet Medem will potentially have the green light to go. See him looking over at head coach Brant Cummings right now.
Gaber looks back, working from the stretch now. The 0-1 to Jenkins. Medem takes off. The throw from Lewis not in time. Medem with his 7th stolen bag on the year, and a great call, Casey. You were on it.
Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty clear seeing him look over to Brant Cummings, looking like, I'm going to sneak up and go, and had a great jump. Not with the initial lead.
So now that pitch called a ball, so it's 1-1 on Jenkins, who's got 3 extra base hits on the year, a double, a triple, and a homer. Good for 5 runs batted in. Working now with the runner in scoring position. The 1-1 to Jenkins. Swinging a line drive into the infield. Shortstop Maher fields it, but he has no chance throwing to first. An infield single for Jenkins, and the 2 first guys are aboard for Walnut Creek.
Good to see Jenkins go the other way. He's been pulling the ball a lot this season, but flared it off the end of the bat, and just nothing that Mayer could do it short.
2 aboard for Ryan Brome in the 3 spot. Had a 2-out walk before Justice knocked him in on the big fly. And we're going to get a mound visit here from the Seagulls coaching staff. We're going to have a chat with Gaber as he's in a dangerous spot.
Nobody in the bullpen for San Francisco.
Yeah, that is notable. But yeah, heart of the order due up for Walnut Creek. Brome, Justice, Ewens potentially could all see at-bats in this inning. And if not, if it doesn't stop there, Joe Coupland, who's got a home run on the season, could also make an appearance. Brome, originally born in Washington, grew up there, moved to Katy, Texas in the greater Houston area ahead of his high school career. Went to Katy High School where he had an elite career playing baseball. As a senior, named to the first team All-State squad. Originally went to Texas Tech for his first 2 years of college, spent 2 seasons there. First offering from Gaber to Brome, outside fastball, 1-0. Brome in his career at Texas Tech hit .239 in 28 games, then transferred to Southeastern Louisiana where he's been dynamite. Gaber looks to Medham at second. The 1-0 delivery to Brome. Swing and a miss on the inside breaking ball. 1-1 on Brome, who in his career at Southeastern Louisiana, hitting .315 in 97 games, 68 runs batted in, 22 doubles, 2 triples, and 16 homers. Gaber kicks and fires the 1-1. Fastball chopped foul down the first base line. Quickly 1-2 now on Brome. Was held hitless in his last game against the Stompers in the 4-2 win on Tuesday. Had 2 strikeouts and a walk. Prior to that, had a hit in both the games he appeared in against the Merchants and the Saints. Gaber sets at the belt. The 1-2. Medham takes off, swinging a foul ball on the left side over the Seagulls dugout. Medham had a huge jump, and Jenkins also took a pretty significant lead.
Crawdads would love to add on here. Insurance has been a big question mark for them in a lot of games, and see if he can add on.
Gaber gets the call from Lewis. He'll set at the belt once more. The 1-2 to Brome. Both runners take off, and a ball bounced in the dirt behind Lewis. Both runners advance. So now the question is, do you count that as a stolen base or a wild pitch?
I think it's a stolen base. These guys were off and running on the pitch.
So still nobody out. 2 runners in scoring position for Ryan Brome. Now with a 2-2 count here in the bottom of the third. Crawdads trying to extend the 2-0 lead.
Surprised we don't see an arm up for San Francisco.
As am I.
Especially with a starting pitcher who really hasn't done much this year from an inning standpoint.
The 2-2 from Gaber. Brome swings and grounds it foul on the first base side off the end of the bat.
Infield way in. More than just their toes on the green grass.
Definitely presents an opportunity now for Brome. Just needs to lace a line drive into the back part of the infield, shallow outfield grass. He'll get aboard and score at least 1. But even that, quite the task. Gaber looking in. Here's the set. The 2-2 to Brome once more. Swinging a high foul ball on the right side. Count remains 2 apiece.
He hit that one hard on the ground over to the right, and Brome, we know he has that contact ability. Just the power has been the big question mark for him in his career.
Certainly flashed the power this spring, but dealt with a wrist injury towards the later part of the season. Still trying to work back from that and get into his power. The 2-2 once again, fastball well outside. Count works full now on Ryan Brome. Zach Justice, the right-handed catcher, looming on deck, hit that home run in the first. Gaber's payoff delivery. Breaking ball outside, it's ball 4. 2 walks for Brome today. Loads the bases for Zach Justice.
Again, still nobody warming up in the bullpen for San Francisco, and a dangerous spot. Justice coming up with the cleanup.
Absolutely. Justice, born in Berkeley, California, but moved to Bend, Oregon ahead of his junior year of high school. Eventually became the top-ranked catcher and the number 6 overall player in the state of Oregon at Summit High School in his junior and senior seasons. Earned himself a spot with the Oregon Ducks as he was a 9.0 graded perfect game prospect. But did not see much action in Eugene. Redshirted in 2024. Only played in 2 games this spring, 2 at-bats. He was walked and hit by a pitch. Scored 2 runs. Looking for a second hit today with the bases loaded and no one out here in the bottom of the 3rd. The righty Gaber's first offering to Justice. Breaking ball low. 1-0.
The issue for playing for Oregon this past year is they're one of the deepest teams in the country until they weren't. But Justice sure will find a better opportunity somewhere else where he can actually, suit up in games.
Exactly. Looking for a new opportunity in the transfer portal, somewhere where he can get significant playing time. Gaber kicks and fires the 1-0. Grounder over to 3rd. Brewers collects. The throw to 2nd in time. The throw to 1st also in time. 5-4-3 double play, but 1 run comes across. So Justice, 3 runs batted in on the day. There's a runner over at 3rd for John Ewens now. 3-0 ball game in favor of Walnut Creek. Ewens struck out swinging to end the 1st inning. Trying to get a hit here. Righty Gaber's first offering to the lefty outside on the breaking ball. 1-0. Ewens redshirted his true freshman year in 2024 with the Baylor Bears. And as a redshirt freshman this spring, played in 11 games, hit 158. 3 runs batted in. Gaber's 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball runs inside. 2-0 on Ewens. Since displayed quite the baseball talent that he is here in the first few weeks of CCL play. Trying to go back to Waco and earn a starting job. The 2-0 grounded up the middle. John Ewens with an RBI single. And it's 4-0 Crawdads here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, that's why Ewens is a special player. We know he can send line drives to the outfield, but just do simple things as well, hitting on the ground and pick up an easy hit like that.
Truly both a contact and power hitter, as we've seen. Still 2 down, 1 man aboard for Joe Coupland. Coupland walked to lead off the 2nd, then stole a bag before being stranded on 3 straight ground balls. Gaber trying to get out of this jam. Ewens takes off. No throw from Lewis. Gaber didn't even look to 1st.
He hasn't even made a pickoff move over to 1st this game, and Crawdads are taking advantage of it. He does not look dialed in on the mound.
Clearly not. Ewens a RBI single, now the stolen bag. Coupland working with a man in scoring position at this point. It'll be 1-0 to the Chabot man. And a breaking ball yanked outside. Gaber quickly losing his command. John Ewens rounds third as Lewis jogged over to the backstop.
Still nobody in the bullpen for San Francisco. I was surprised when it was 2-0. How do you think I feel now?
Extremely surprised, would be my guess, Casey.
I mean, Gaber came into this game with only a third of an inning pitched this season and kind of thought it would be a bullpen game, and we're early in the ball game, but still.
Runner in scoring position. It's Ewens at third. 2-0 to Coupland. Fastball inside. 3-0 count. Gaber has clearly lost his command right here.
Yeah, and he had some of it early on. It felt like he was actually leaving too much over the plate, giving up the home run to Justice, but
the 3-0 pitch. Get me over fastball. Right down the pipe. Coupland forced him to make a good pitch, and credit to Gaber. That's a decent recovery, but he's still got work to do to get out of the frame. Coupland, the catcher and right-handed pitcher, readies and swings at the 3-1. Chopper over to short. Mayer fields, flips to first for the out. So after the 3-6 ground ball, we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Crawdads up 4-0 on the San Francisco Seagulls. We'll have that action right here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network. Walnut Creek up 4-0 in the top of the fourth. San Francisco Seagulls will try to break the goose egg, but they'll work against Colin Nowacek, now entering his fourth inning of work. And Casey, he's been pretty spotless. Only one strikeout, but a lot of weak contact that he's pitched to.
yeah, I don't think he necessarily needs the strikeouts, and you're not really going to get much from him in that regard just because of his pitch mix, the way he pitches.
First offering to the first batter, Brewer. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1.
He's more of a soft-tossing lefty, which you don't see too much of across baseball, but a guy that just can kind of pitch for that weak contact and deception.
The 0-1 breaking ball outside this time. 1-1 on Brewer. It'll be 2-3-4 for San Francisco. Brewer, Coke, Johnson. Brewer, the best hitter on the Seagulls, statistically at least. The 1-2, swing and a miss on a looping curveball.
That's the deception we talk about from Nowacek. He's not a guy who's going to blow it right by you, but he'll get you to swing and miss at that type of stuff or hit it straight into the dirt.
Absolutely nice movement, nice deception like you mentioned. Here's the 1-2 from the lefty. Swing and a miss. Blows a fastball by him this time. So showing both the strikeout stuff on the heat and the movement.
Yeah, just because he doesn't necessarily always do it doesn't mean he can't. You saw it right there, high in the zone.
Pinch hitter for San Francisco, Alan Ramirez is in for Ben Koch. First offering to him, fouled back. It'll be 0-1 on Ramirez.
He's costed the Crawdads some base hits this season on defense.
Absolutely, Ramirez has been a stalwart at second base usually for these Seagulls against the Dads. The 0-1 offering from Nowacek inside on the righty. 1-1. Ramirez spent this spring at San Jose State, but he did not appear in any games. Transferred from Mission College, then West Valley to SJSU as he flares one into shallow left center, down for a base hit.
I'm surprised Medham didn't catch that. He's been everywhere these past few games.
Indeed he has.
Medham is a shortstop, a third baseman, and a left fielder when he plays.
Pretty much. So Ramirez with the pinch hit single, the second hit of the day for the Seagulls. Brings up the four-man, Ethan Johnson. Grounded into a 6-4 line-out double play as the man aboard Callinger was attempting to steal, and they picked him off. First offering from Nowacek to the lefty, outside, ball one. So it looks like action in the Crawdads bullpen. Nowacek from the stretch, the 1-0, fastball outside. 2-0 now on Johnson. Heading to University of Missouri in the fall. Johnson steps back into the left-handed batter's box after taking a breather. The 2-0 from Nowacek. Swinging a ground ball through the gap between Ewens and Ellis at second and first. 2 straight singles for the San Francisco Seagulls. There's 2 aboard with 1 down in the top of the 4th.
I wonder if Nowacek getting that strikeout maybe empowered him to leave stuff over the heart of the plate more, as we didn't really see him go to the deception on these last 2 at-bats, and might have costed him on those singles.
Yeah, we'll have to see how he recovers now with Tate Lewis up.
Catcher Tate Lewis.
Pleasant Grove, Utah native, actually born in Mesa, Arizona. Moved there pretty early on. The man in the bullpen for Walnut Creek is Nathan Nino, the right-hander from Union Pacific. As Nowacek fires a looping curveball in outer third for a strike. 0-1 on. Entered today in 14 games, hitting 147 for the Seagulls. 5 hits, 1 extra base hit. The 0-1, another curveball sits on the outer third. Strike 2 to Lewis. Lewis had a hit last night against the Menlo Park. 2 at-bats, drove in a run. Got 1 runner in scoring position, 2 on. Trying to do something similar here. Nowacek, fastball inside, the back pick to first. Gets the runner jump. Throw over to second. Ellis doesn't have the tag in time.
I think Nowacek on that pitch waved off the, or not the curveball sign or off speed from Justice to go back to the fastball.
And I think it helps. Delivery in faster to Justice for the back pick.
Exactly.
So now they're still a runner in scoring position. Nowacek's 1 to Lewis. Off speed bounces in the dirt. It's 2-2. Moral of the story, though, for Walnut Creek. Great defense, great pitching so far. It's continued. Some carryover from yesterday and Tuesday as well.
Justice has such a keen eye behind the dish, too.
A marvelous defensive catcher. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. The fastball right by Lewis. So 4 spotless innings for Colin Nowacek. The lefty from Nebraska gets some high fives from his teammates, and we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Crawdads up 4-0 here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network for the bottom of the 4th inning. Crawdads leading 4-0 on the San Francisco Seagulls. The 7-8-9 due up for Walnut Creek. Ryan Ellis, the left-handed second baseman, will lead things off. Alan Gaber, the right-hander, still on the hill for San Francisco. Now entering his 4th inning of work. All the runs against him earned in this game. Righty's first offering to Ellis. Fastball on the outer third, strike one.
There is some action finally in the bullpen for San Francisco, a righty up, but it's been a long time.
The 1-0 offering to Ellis. Flared over into left center field. Kallinger with a huge diving play. Saves a base hit. That was impressive, Casey.
Yeah, that dropped right in between center and left. That might have been Galvin's ball there, but good job for Kallinger to wave him off and know he had the confidence to make that catch.
Absolutely. Man in the bullpen for San Francisco is Jackson Shefsky, Santa Barbara City College man. Now with one retired, it's Cam Calvillo, the third baseman for Walnut Creek. Trying to be the first man aboard in the inning. Gaber rocks back and deals the first offering. Off speed, upstairs. 1-0 on Calvillo. Just found himself this spring at Cal State Northridge with the Matadors. 38 games this spring, 304 batting average. As he takes the 1-0 well outside, 2-0. Calvillo had 34 hits, good for 18 runs batted in. 3 of those doubles, 3 of them homers. So the 4th-year Crawdad in 7 games this spring, or summer I should say, hitting .217. 2-0 from Gaber, yanks a slider into the left-handed batter's box, gets past Lewis. 3-0 count on Calvillo, grounded out for the second out in the 2nd inning.
And the command issues struggling still for Gaber, who has not been able to locate the heart of the plate and get that deception either.
The 3-0 from Gaber. Fastball inside nearly hits Calvillo to walk on 4 pitches. And now Trey Johnson, the left fielder, up for Walnut Creek. Skyline College man working in the left-handed batter's box against the righty Gaber. Johnson's been familiar with Walnut Creek for quite a while. Back in high school, he used to hang out and watch batting practice, as his dad is a good friend of Walnut Creek head coach Brant Cummings. So you come to games, go to batting practice, interact with some former Crawdads. Now he's one himself. First offering to him, fastball upstairs, 1-0 on Trey Johnson.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday about it. He said he was around 13 years old and would just come out to the yard and have some fun watching some of these guys and taking pointers as well.
Quick battery meeting between Lewis and Gaber on the hill. In this situation, Casey, what do you think they're talking about?
I mean, he's just got to find the zone at this point. He hasn't been able to steal strike one. And against Johnson, who has a good eye in his own right, it's also the bottom of the order. You're trying to get through this and get your guys hitting again in a game that's not out of reach yet. When we've seen these two teams play a lot, Crawdads have taken early 6-0, 7-0 leads. This is only 4-0. The game is certainly in reach for San Francisco.
Absolutely. San Francisco has been a bit of a higher octane offense as of late. They also scored 7 runs in the 2nd game against Walnut Creek, even though the Crawdads added 13 of their own to make sure they won that game.
And their pitching hasn't been bad as of late either.
The 1-0 from Gaber, passed ball. Calvillo can jog to second. It'll be 2-0 to Johnson.
Another wild pitch for Gaber. He's always trying to locate that bottom outer part of the zone, but it keeps getting away.
Have to wonder when the Seagulls might start buying time to let Shefsky warm up. Either way, Gaber working with a man in scoring position yet again today. Johnson trying to get to 11 runs batted in on the season. The 2-0 to the lefty. Fastball upstairs, 3-0.
I think this will be his last batter faced, we're seeing a signal in the bullpen that Shevsky might be ready.
Have to imagine Gaber's going to try to get the out here, but likely his day done should Johnson reach. Lewis delivers the call. Gaber sets at the belt. The 3-0 to Johnson. A get-me-over fastball. Called a strike on the upper third. It's 3-1 now to Trey Johnson.
Shevsky warming up in the bullpen has a very looping 12-6 curveball. I've been watching him these past few pitches, so maybe a little bit of a change of scenery if he comes in.
Gaber looks back. The 3-1. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Flips it to first. Landry secures it for the out. Runner does move over, but there are 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth as the lineup turns over for Walnut Creek. Here is the mound visit for San Francisco. Number 39, Jackson Shevsky, the right-hander, in the bullpen. We'll see if he gets the call here. Doesn't look like they're going to go to him quite yet, Kasey.
Shevsky's been warming up for quite a bit, but it might be the case, yeah.
Perhaps Gaber and the Seagulls going to try and see if they can steal one more out and not have to go to the bullpen just yet, at least.
I mean, that'd be big for him. It looks like they are going to keep him in the game. You certainly don't want that runner scoring from third. You have to play tomorrow.
Indeed, though, both these teams will meet in San Bruno tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock.
San Francisco doesn't have pitching depth like the Crawdads do, so they have to save every arm they have.
Absolutely. They've seen a lot of position players end up pitching because of that issue. So it's Jared Medham for Walnut Creek. As, like I mentioned, the lineup turns over. He's already got a single today. 1 for 2. Struck out in the first. Singled to lead off the third. Stole 2 bags while he was aboard. Came in to score on the John Ewan single. Gaber's first offering. Swing and a miss on the slider well outside. That had some nice movement.
It did. Might have been a sinker on the outside part of the plate.
Either way, breaking pitch gets the bite. Here's the 0-1 from Gaber. Same pitch, same location. Medham swings at it. So it's 0-2 after 2 straight sliders from Gaber. Trying to retire the leadoff guy for Walnut Creek and get out of this inning. The 0-2 tries the slider again. Almost has the location on the outer third.
That was a really nice pitch.
1-2 on Medham. Calvillo over at third, taking a couple step lead. Gaber from the stretch, the 1-2. Breaking ball, swinging a foul ball backwards. Medham gets a piece to stay alive. St. Mary's man trying to get his 14th run batted in on the season here with Calvillo at third.
A tough guy to face, not just because of the speed, but he can stay in these at-bats.
You're right, Kasey. He's got a prodigious hit tool. Gaber shakes off one call from Lewis. Now agrees. Rocks back, and the 1-2. Swing and a miss. 3 sliders get Medham swinging. So we'll head to the top of the 5th, see if the San Francisco Seagulls can cut the 4-0 deficit right here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome to the top of the fifth on the Crawdads streaming network. Walnut Creek leading 4-0 on the San Francisco Seagulls, as SF with an opportunity to try and crack the goose egg here. Colin Nowacek trying to stretch into his 5th inning of work, Casey. Hopefully get through it and maybe earn a decision.
Yeah, I like the decision to keep him out there. He's a guy that hasn't seen that many innings in college.
Jackson Landry will lead things off for the Seagulls. First offering from Nowacek, the lefty, breaking ball on the outer half. 1-0 to Landry.
I feel like the nature of Nowacek as well, he's not a guy that's going to get that fatigued.
The 1-0 fastball inside, strike one. Yeah, I think that's a good observation, Casey. Nowacek not overpowering with his stuff. The 1-1, swinging a high foul ball into the stands.
We saw Aiden White yesterday be able to go longer, but he's a guy who's throwing, mid-90s, and so interesting difference in guys who can both be sustainable but have different mechanics.
The 1-2 from Nowacek. Foul ball on a line drive on the right side. Still a 1-2 count to Landry, whose father Tony played football and baseball at the University of Louisiana Monroe. The 1-2, swinging another foul ball out of play on the right side. It's the batting practice bubble out there in between first base and the foul pole.
A lot of kids at the yard today, kind of like what we saw at Sonoma yesterday.
Absolutely, Crawdads getting a decent crowd today on this Thursday afternoon. The 1-2 from Nowacek. Fastball runs outside. 2-2 to Landry. No action anymore in the Crawdads bullpen as the 2-2 swing and a miss goes out of the glove of Justice, and he'll throw to first to secure the strikeout.
It's now 4 Ks for Nowacek, and again, not overpowering anything, just working that deception. And if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Absolutely. We've seen him showcase the strikeout stuff earlier this year. Has just found it now, or at least in the last couple half innings, as Matt Galvin steps in, swings at the first offering, fouls it off. So it's 0-1 to Matt Galvin, now playing center field after Ben Koch was pinch hit for in favor of Alan Ramirez.
Kind of speaks to the lack of depth at the middle part of the order as well. After 1 and 2, it's kind of a black hole.
The 0-1 from Nowacek. Looping curveball on the inner third. Strike 2 called.
A lot of break on Nowacek's stuff so far.
Continues to look good. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Galvin slaps it foul on the right side, out of play. Galvin, the outfielder from Calgary, Alberta, up in Canada. Swings at the 0-2 pitch, grounds it over to third. Calvillo with a nice throw to Ewens for the out at first.
That's the defense we're used to seeing.
Absolutely. Calvillo now in his natural position. Finds a really great out there on the ground ball. 2 down in the top of the 5th. Jalen Hodges, the second baseman, up. 8-hole hitter from Cal State East Bay. Sacramento native trying to perhaps start a 2-out rally. Swings at the first offering from Nowacek, a breaking ball outside. It's 0-1. Hodges has played in most of the games for San Francisco as he takes another 0-1 curveball for a strike. 17 games this season for Hodges, 174 batting average. Nowacek winds and deals the 0-2. Called strike 3 on the outer third. 3 straight breaking balls, and Colin Nowacek, what an outing for him today. Goes 5 innings, and if Walnut Creek can hold the lead here, he will get the win. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Kasey Kazliner will take things over on the play-by-play side right here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network.
Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network. A new pitcher on the hill for San Francisco as the Crawdads lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. John Ewens will lead things off for Walnut Creek. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. He'll face Jackson Shefsky, getting his first pitches here out of the bullpen. The righty delivers to the lefty hitter inside, taken for a ball 1-0. Shefsky, 6'5" right-hander from Burlingame, California. He's going to be a rising sophomore at Santa Barbara City College, where he didn't play in 2025. He posts a 10.39 ERA in 8 2/3 innings of work this season for San Francisco. As Ewens might be banged up. Sam Jenkins, as the trainer comes out to the bullpen, behind the plate. Hope Jenkins is okay. That fastball ran in on him, but not sure exactly what happened there. In any case, it's 1-0 at the dish to Jenkins. Umpire signaling to the Crawdads dugout for some more balls. So it's 1-0 at the dish to Jenkins. Mentioned the single earlier in the game. He also flied out. Shefsky, standing 6'5", 185. First year with the Seagulls. After spending 2025 with the Vaqueros in the spring. Fouled straight back, 1-1. Jenkins did not start yesterday, came in as a pinch hitter, and he roped a ball to right field for a single in his lone plate appearance. Hitting .314 on the year. The 1-1. That one runs inside. Jenkins scoots out of the way as it finds its way to the backstop, taken for a ball, 2-1. Jenkins out of Baylor. 1 home run on the year for the Crawdads. He has 1 of each extra base hit. Has the team's lone triple, also 1 double on the year. 10 total hits for Jenkins. So lefty hitter digs back in. Shefsky in for the sign. Trying to find the plate again after missing badly twice. The 2-1. Looping curveball taken outside and low. 3-1 on Jenkins. Jenkins getting the start in center field. He's been a pretty solid defender for the Crawdads. The 3-1. Fouled straight back. Count goes full. Shefsky relieved Gaber, who went 4 full innings, giving up 4 earned runs on 4 base hits. Jenkins digs back in. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Nice low changeup low in the zone, 84 miles an hour, and there's out number 1 as Jenkins is fanned. So that'll bring up Ryan Brome. Got to record an at-bat. 2 walks for him on the day. Scored once. Lefty hitter trying to get off the schneid, hitting 182 on the year. He's only appeared in home games for the Crawdads with 3 so far. First offering from Shefsky. Curveball outside, taken for a ball, 1-0. Brome, a career .315 hitter at Southeastern Louisiana, including a .355 average in 2025. Shefsky winds and delivers the 1-0. In there for a strike. Pitch low in the zone, but nipped to the bottom part, 1-1. Brome, a Crawdad veteran, playing some previous years with them. 1-1 hit high and foul, left side out of play, 1-2. Spent 2022 and 23 with the Crawdads, a couple of solid years for Walnut Creek. Didn't play in 2024 last year when the team went all the way to the CCL championship. He waits on the 1-2, lefty hitter, righty pitcher. Here it comes. Curveball nowhere close, outside, 2-2. Crawdads lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Taking control on the base paths. Taking advantage of walks and some timely hitting. It's 2-2 at the dish with 1 away to Brome. Shefsky stares in for the sign. Tucks his glove on the Seagulls logo on his jersey. The pitch on 2-2. High pop up left side of the infield. It'll be the third baseman Brewer to catch it for out number 2. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Zach Justice, who's 1 for 2. His one hit was a 2-run home run back in the first to get the Crawdads scoring started. Righty hitter looking for some more fortunes at the plate. Showed the power recently with 2 home runs on the year. The righty hitter waits from the righty. First offering outside, 1-0. Justice originally from Oregon, spent time with the Oregon Ducks. Team that had a great season first year in the Big Ten. And that one runs inside, and Justice thought it might have hit him, but he's not motioning toward first. Looks like it'll be called a ball, 2-0. So 2-0 at the dish to Justice. Righty hitter with his arm white sleeve. Swing and a miss. Outside breaking ball got him to go. 2-1. Second year in summer ball for Justice. Played with Kenosha last year in the Northwoods League. The 2-1. That one runs inside. Low fastball. Another ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Justice looking for another good pitch to hit. Got a good one on that home run back in the first. Hitters count 3-1. Outside and high. Taken not close for ball 4. So it's a 2-out walk for the Crawdads as Ewens will step back in.
Really patient approach there from Zach Justice. Didn't have to move the bat a whole lot. Forced Shefsky to try and make pitches that he ended up not making.
Yeah, again, a good at-bat from Justice after hitting that home run earlier and then, unfortunately for him, grounding into a double play. So it's a man at first for the Crawdads. Shefsky will pitch from the stretch for the first time. Lefty hitter Ewens will step in. He's 1 for 2. Stolen bag and an RBI single highlight his day. He's 1 for 2. Lefty hitter digs in. One of 6 lefty hitters in the order today for the Crawdads. 3 righties. And a step off motion toward first from Shefsky. He doesn't throw as Justice returns. Righty pitcher stares in here in this 4-0 ball game in favor of the Crawdads. First offering to Ewens. Outside fastball taken for a ball, 1-0. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Crawdads have not piled on as much as they've normally done against the Seagulls, but they lead nonetheless. Another motion toward first and a soft throw as Justice slides back in. A couple of kind of odd pickoff moves over to first, one with no throw, and then that throw so weak, wouldn't have caught him in any circumstance. The 1-0 to the lefty hitter. Fastball on the outer corner taken for a strike, 1-1. Ewens getting the start at first base today where he's played pretty much all season. Missed a game a couple of games ago with a very minor wound, but he's back in the order. The 1-1 with 2 away. Fastball outside, opposite batter's box, taken for a ball, 2-1. Crawdads scored twice in the first, twice in the third. Haven't scored since. Meanwhile, they've shut out the Seagulls thanks to some fine pitching from Colin Nowacek. The 2-1 home. High fastball taken for a ball, 3-1. Justice still at first with 2 away. Ewens maybe trying to work a walk as head coach Ryan Davis jogs to the mound. Coming out quickly and no one with him. Out there alone, just saying a quick word to Shefsky, the right-hander. Maybe he didn't want to use a full mound visit, but still visited the mound nonetheless.
Yeah.
So 3-1 count at the dish to Ewens. Looking for a second hit of the ball game. Runner at first with 2 away. Ball 3 is inside. And it looked like it might have hit him on the foot. Would have been a ball anyways. Didn't swing. So it's back-to-back walks from Shefsky. Justice goes to second. Ewens on first with 2 away. So that'll bring up Joe Coupland. He walked in, stolen a base in the second. Grounded out in the third. One of the 3 righty hitters in the order today for the Crawdads. They lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Coupland digging back in. Not an everyday player for the Crawdads, but has that two-way ability. So he digs in on the right side. 2 on, 2 out. Shevsky kicks and deals. Fouled straight back on the first offering. Strike 1. Coupland, a catcher by trade, but he's mostly played at the DH spot when he's not pitching for the Crawdads. It's 1 home run on the year and 4 total RBI. 1 count as he waits. Here it comes. Curveball taken low. A little bit inside as well. 1-1. Coupland hitting .333 when he does play. And on the pitching end, he's only given up 1 earned run. So he's solid in both game. Trying to earn some more playing time. The 1-1 is behind on the 81-mile-an-hour off speed. Both runners advance as that one goes backstop.
Looks like Shevsky, tried to go with a breaking ball that left his hand early. Didn't have enough as he tried to spin it.
Count at the dish is Ryan Davis, the head coach again for San Francisco, makes his way to the hill as there is action in the Seagulls bullpen, and it looks like they'll turn to the bullpen as it will be Ben Resnick, who is normally a position player for San Francisco. We'll have more on him in just a moment, though, as he takes his warm-ups. Crawdads lead 4-0 with 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. The new pitcher is Ben Resnick, who's normally a position player, normally a catcher for San Francisco. But he steps on the bump in a tough situation. He inherits a 2-1 count on Joe Coupland with 2 away, runners on second and third, and a 4-0 ball game in favor of Walnut Creek here in the bottom of the 5th. Resnick, a right-hander, 6'1", 195 pounds. I mentioned catcher by trade, but no stranger to being moved into the pitching spot, as San Francisco does that a lot. The 2-1. Fastball in the dirt and outside, blocked out in front by Chavez. Taken for a ball, 3-1 on Coupland. These runners on second and third would go to Shevsky if they are able to cross the plate. Coupland, the righty hitter on the 3-1. Outside and low. 77-mile-an-hour pitch, ball 4. That loads the bases. 3 straight walks after San Francisco got the first 2 outs of the inning. That'll bring up Ryan Ellis, second baseman.
Yeah, just tough day for the Seagulls pitching. It's been kind of the Achilles heel for the team all season long, and coming back to bite him here.
So that'll bring up Ryan Ellis, trying to get some RBIs. He's 0 for 2. Lefty hitter, 7th in the order. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Ellis takes, and the ball gets away from the catcher Chavez, but not far enough. So the runners hold up, 1-0 at the dish. Pretty low velocity so far from Resnick. Not a typical pitcher for San Francisco. Pretty good hitter at Kenyon College these past 2 years, though. The 1-0 at the dish to Ellis. Fouls it straight back. Count goes 1-1. Ellis, a staple in the middle infield for the Crawdads. Also played a little bit of outfield for the team this season out of UTA. The 1-1. Popped up left side, shallow left field. Callinger chasing, puts the glove up as he loses his hat, makes the grab. So the Crawdads leave the bases loaded. We'll head to the top of the sixth. Walnut Creek still leads 4-0. Welcome back here to the Creek. Here in the top of the sixth inning. Crawdads lead 4-0 over the Seagulls. New pitcher for Walnut Creek, the right-hander Halen Guerrero, making his third appearance of the year, posting a 4.5 ERA in 2 appearances. He's faced the Seagulls before. He went 2 perfect innings with 2 strikeouts. He'll face 9-1-2 for San Francisco, starting with Thomas Mayer, who's 0 for 1. Shortstop flying out to right back in the third inning. Righty hitter against the righty pitcher, Guerrero, as he fires in a fastball taken low, 1-0, 89 miles an hour. Guerrero, a native of Pittsburgh, California. Another guy from Santa Barbara City College, 1-0. Another fastball inside, taken 2-0. High 80s temps again. Talked to head coach Brent Cummings before the season. He said, Guerrero has a nice slider. He can locate low in the zone. The 2-0. Another fastball fouled off to the right side for strike 1, 2-1. Guerrero at Santa Barbara City College has played 2 years there. He's improved from year 1 to year 2, decreasing his ERA by 0.8 of a point. The 1-2. It's softly to left side, foul. Count stays at 1-2 on Thomas Mayer.
Mayer hitting in the 9 spot today, a rising sophomore at UC San Diego. He's at 133 on the year so far for the Seagulls. And went 0 for 2 yesterday in their loss. The 1-2. Fastball outside and low, taken for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mayer was a 2024 Padres MLB East-West All-Star Game participant, a native of the San Diego area. Breaking ball in the dirt on the 2-2, taken ball 3. Count goes full. Crawdads up 4-0. Their 0 ERA stretch as a pitching staff is continuing into this game. The full count pitch is lined into right field, down for a base hit in front of Brome as Mayer gets aboard for the first time, and the lineup turns over with a leadoff base runner. So Mayer on first. The lineup flips to Miles Callinger. He's 1 for 2, led off the game with a double, but was stranded there. No outs in the inning. Guerrero faces his second hitter. Righty hitter at the dish. Callinger hitting .273 on the year. First offering, fouled straight back. Fastball high in the zone just off the end of the bat. 0-1. Callinger, hometown guy from San Francisco. Plays his college ball at San Francisco and playing for the CCL team repping San Francisco.
You could say he loves his city.
Absolutely could. Played for the Dons in the WCC. Hit 182 in 2025 after hitting .278 his freshman season. So a bit of a decrease. The 0-1, the runner goes. Justice, throw into second is offline. Runner is safe as the throw gets away. But that's all he'll get. It's a stolen base for Thomas Mayer. Pitch was called, a ball at the dish. So it's 1-1 on Callinger, now with an RBI opportunity. That was Mayer's second stolen base of the year in 3 attempts.
It's a really good pop time from Zach Justice. The throw was in time, just he yanked it a little too far, missed the location.
Guerrero turns his head towards second, now back home. The 1-1 fouled to the right side over to the Crawdad dugout. 1-2. Callinger in his first year with the Seagulls. His first year in summer ball as well. Has not had a hit against the Crawdads going into this game, but had that leadoff double. He'll face a 1-2 as Guerrero from the stretch kicks and fires home. 79-mile-an-hour breaking ball in the dirt, taken for ball 2. 2-2. Some action in the bullpen for San Francisco. Nothing right now for the Crawdads. Callinger, the righty hitter, steps out, now back in. Runner on second and nobody out. Guerrero pirouettes back to second. Runner returns, no throw. Crawdads up 4-0, each team with 4 hits here in the top of the 6th inning. Guerrero comes set on the 2-2, now looks home. Hit hard to the right side, foul. Count will stay at 2-2 on the man from San Francisco. He was a 2023 second-team All-League player at Agora Hills High School. Trying to get back to his true form at USF, where he was an all-freshman teamer in the WCC in 2024. The 2-2 pitch. Just off the plate. Another fastball. And they call it a strike. Zach Justice gets the frame job in there on the late strike call, as the umpire took his sweet time in making that call.
And Zach Justice continues to be a fantastic defensive catcher for Walnut Creek, perhaps the best on the team, and that's Exhibit A. His framing is so elite.
So that'll bring up Jake Brewer. He's 0 for 2 with a pop out and a strikeout. Runner still at second, 1 away. Halen Guerrero trying to eat up some innings for the Crawdads. Righty hitter against the righty pitcher. Guerrero cocks his head toward home, and a back pick over to second. They got him! Zach Justice keeping his keen eye on second, and Thomas Mayer dead in his tracks, and there's 2 away.
What I tell you, Casey, Zach Justice is an elite defensive catcher. That's why he went to Oregon so toutedly, and we see it again there.
Yeah, you called it there again. 0-1 at the dish. Brewer will wait from Guerrero. Curveball foul to the right side, 0-2. And it was a tight window for Justice to throw. It's not like he was trying to steal a bag, but was just caught a little bit too far. Guerrero now in the windup again, the 0-2. Chopped on the ground over toward third, right to Calvillo, picks it up on one hop, flips to first in time, and the side is retired. So 1 hit in the inning for San Francisco, but they don't get any runs. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Crawdads still up 4-0. Welcome back to the Creek, where the Crawdads lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Inning will start with Cam Calvillo to lead things off. He'll face Ben Resnick still on the hill in his 2nd inning of work. First offering to the righty hitter. High fastball taken for a ball, 1-0. Calvillo today 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. Getting his first start at third base, his natural position. Made some nice plays over there today. The 1-0 from the righty Resnick is lined into left field. Galvin there, step to his right and makes the catch. So that's the first out of the inning as Calvillo gets some good bat-to-ball contact, but just can't get it to drop as there's one away. So that'll bring up Trey Johnson. He's 0 for 2 at the bottom of the lineup. 2 ground outs on his day. Started the year as the leadoff hitter, and a bit of a flip for him, now hitting in the 9-hole. Lefty hitter will face Resnick here in this 4-0 ball game. The first offering is hit hard down the right field line, foul. 0-1 to the outfielder from Berkeley High. Johnson was once the table setter before Jared Medham's arrival, now sort of the second leadoff man for the Crawdads. Hasn't gotten on base at the same rate as he did earlier in the year, but still a big factor. The 0-1 curveball in there for a strikeout or corner, 0-2. 72 miles an hour on that curve. Slow 12-6er. Resnick looking in on the 0-2. Might go back to the breaking ball. Johnson waits, the 0-2. High fastball taken, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson with some good plate discipline on the year. Was a base hit machine when the season started. Missed a couple of games, but now he's back in the lineup. The 1-2. Outside breaking ball, not close, taken for a ball. 2-2. Johnson, his first year in summer ball out of Skyline City College, where he hit well over 300. 2-2. Hit to the right side into right field for a base hit. Johnson's got his first hit of the ball game as he cruises into first. And the lineup will turn over to Jared Medham, as Resnick will now go to the stretch.
Great to see from Trey Johnson, who's been hitless his past couple of appearances for Walnut Creek. Really big credit to him for just putting bat to the ball. He's got good contact skills.
So that'll bring up Jared Medham. Digging in on the right side. He's 1 for 3. A single and 2 strikeouts. First time facing Resnick. Johnson goes with a great jump. No throw. He's into second without a slide. So it's a stolen base for Trey Johnson as the pitch at the dish is called a strike on Medham.
And now Johnson with great base running takes away the ground ball double play opportunity. Doing some nice work for himself here in this inning.
4 strikeouts now on the year for Johnson after that one. Medham waits. Fouls it straight back on the 0-1. Now 0-2. Medham today, when he got up on base, had 2 stolen bases of his own. Another speed threat for the Crawdads. Probably the idea there for Brant Cummings of putting those 2 in the order side by side, albeit 9 and 1. So they both have the speed. 0-2 to Medham. Runs inside. Taken for ball 1. Now 1-2. Medham, not a guy you usually see strike out twice in a game, but he has so far today. Has the 5th most RBIs in the CCL North with 13. And on a 4-game hitting streak after his earlier single. Johnson at second, the 1-2. Hit on the ground over toward short. Charging is Brewer, picks it up, throws to first as Johnson stays at second, but they get the out. And there's the second of the inning. So 2 outs in the inning. Crawdads still with a 4-0 lead. So that'll bring up Sam Jenkins for the 4th time. He singled back in the 3rd, scored, also stole a base. He's 1 for 3 to his day. Center fielder digs in on the left side against the righty Resnick. He's trying to get through another solid inning of work. Johnson at second. Swing and a miss. First offering to him in the inner part of the plate, but he goes 0-1. Crawdads scored all 4 of the runs earlier in the game. They haven't had much these past few frames against a team they've had ownage over all season. The 0-1. Another pitch runs inside. At that time, no swing. Taken for a ball, 1-1. Jenkins getting the start today after being a pinch hitter yesterday, but he played the first 2 games starting in the outfield against the Stompers. In the series, the Crawdads won with relative ease. 1-1 inside again. Resnick trying to locate that inner fastball. 2-1. Jenkins in that series, 2 total hits in those 3 games. So walked a few times. Resnick readies up. Now kicks and fires home the 2-1. Foul to the left side, out of play. Strike 2. Count runs to 2-2. Jenkins' best game of the season came 4 games ago against the Philippines baseball group, where he was 3 for 4, including a triple that has stood as the Crawdads' lone triple of the season thus far. So it'll be 2-2 to him. Runner on second with 2 away in a 4-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. Resnick takes a breath, comes home with a curveball outside. Count goes full. Jenkins with solid discipline this year, 8 walks. Does have 10 strikeouts. He's been a base hit tool so far. The payoff, fouled off to the right side, would have been ball 4 if he held up. We'll do 3-2 again.
Well, he's got to protect in that stance, Casey, because it's a little close, and because of his swing path, he tends to struggle to get stuff that's low and inside. Able to get a piece there.
Digs back in. Resnick trying to get his guys back out hitting. They have 4 hits today, but no runs across. The payoff again. Hit foul just in front of home plate. Just gets a piece of it. Count stays full again.
Resnick attacking that same location. Jenkins typically has a very level swing with the barrel head, comes across his body and then tails off, so he has trouble getting the angle down at those low inside pitches.
Native of Dallas, Texas, adjusting his batting gloves. Now stepping back in. 6'2", 225 pounds. Has some good size for a guy who's only 20 years old. Still growing at a big program in Baylor. Runner on second is Johnson. 2 out in the inning. The payoff coming home again. Hit high to the left side toward foul ground. Sundar chasing. He's not going to be able to make the catch in the bullpen. And it drops again. Third straight foul ball, and the count remains full.
Credit Jenkins, he's staying alive, flashing that contact ability that we know he's got. He's got a good eye for the ball, able to put the bat to it.
Takes another check on his batting gloves again. Now checks back in on the left side. Searching for his second hit of the game. Had that single in the third inning, in an inning where Crawdads scored twice and doubled their lead. Johnson at second. Payoff once more. Hit foul to the right side. And again, Jenkins still working a good at-bat. Trying to drive out the pitch count in a game that still is not out of reach. The Seagulls have had runners on base. Have just failed to score in a pretty middling game for the San Francisco squad.
Yeah, they haven't left a ton of runners on. They've had base runners, but only 2 have been stranded today because the pitching for Walnut Creek has been so good.
Resnick comes set again. Looking for the out here on the payoff. High left side in foul territory. That'll go out of play. And yet another foul ball. Make that 4 straight?
At least, if not 5. So credit Jenkins that even if Resnick's able to put him away, he's driving up the pitch count and will force San Francisco in all likelihood to go to the bullpen again at some point soon.
Jenkins working a great at-bat. 3-2 at the dish, 2 away. Johnson lingering at second. A 4-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. Jenkins with his black bat. Scales the back of the box. Here's the payoff. Drives it out to right field. Straight to Whalen, who puts the glove up. Doesn't have to move much. And there's 3 away. So we'll go to the top of the 7th inning. Crawdads still lead 4-0. They leave one on. We'll be right back. Change it pitcher for the Crawdads. It's Sid Polston, the lefty. Now towing the rubber for Walnut Creek. He's gone a third of an inning this season, giving up 1 earned run. And that came against the PBG earlier in the season. He'll face 3-4-5 for San Francisco here in this 4-0 ball game in the top of the 7th. The Crawdads lead. It'll be Alan Ramirez to come in. He's 1 for 1. Came in initially as a defensive replacement and singled back in the 4th. Righty hitter against the lefty Polston, who fires in a fastball, blew it right by him, swing and a miss, 0-1. Polston has not played much organized baseball these past couple of years. Did not play at Sac State in 2025. Did not play at Campbell University in 2024. But he was on those rosters. The 0-1 to Ramirez. Hit on the ground toward third. Calvillo moving to his left. Scoops. Flips to first in time for out number 1. I think we're seeing a big difference when Calvillo's at third base. Seems like he's much more confident taking those ground balls.
Absolutely. I mean, that is his natural position. Saw a little bit of the arm struggles over at short, but haven't seen any of those today. He's been flawless.
So that'll bring up Ben Resnick, who pitched last inning but moved to DH. So he's taking his first hacks of the day. The righty hitter swings and misses on an 88-mile-an-hour fastball from Polston for strike 1. Crawdads have not allowed an earned run since the first game of the Stomper series. Trying to continue that streak here today. The 0-1, Polston fires. Fastball inside, 1-1. The Crawdads gave up 1 run yesterday. They gave up 2 the game before that, but all unearned runs. So the ERA standing at 0. Now trying to make it 3 games. The 1-1. Fastball high and outside, 2-1. As Resnick takes. Resnick normally a catcher, but got through some solid innings pitching for San Francisco these last 2. They'll have a new hurler on the mound, likely, the next inning. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Another 88-mile-an-hour fastball in the outer corner, blown by Resnick. 2-2. Resnick came in for Ethan Johnson, who was 1 for 2 among a myriad of changes. The 2-2 is fouled straight back. Count stays even. San Francisco's changed every position in some way except for left field. That's been the one constant. They've tried to make these changes to break up the logjam they've had in this game. The 2-2 from Polston. Got him. Late strike call, but it's a fastball on the inner part of the plate. Got him looking on the 2-2. And another nice pitch from Polston working that fastball.
Yeah, he looks really good right now, Casey, just overpowering these hitters so far and dotting the zone.
Absolutely. So that'll bring up Carson Chavez, the catcher, taking his first hacks of the game. Came in for Tate Lewis behind the dish. Lewis, a career .250 hitter at Long Beach. First offering to him high, taken for a ball, 1-0. After spending his time in Long Beach at Loyola High School, he went to Fordham University, where he's remained. Polston readies against the righty hitter, the 1-0. Fastball taken outside, 2-0. Crawdads' bullpen has been pretty spotless these past few games. Aside from a few hiccups where they've allowed unearned runs. Saw that from Edward Said yesterday, and then Cam Krogan the game before. Lefty Polston readies from the windup, now fires home. Fouled off to the right side and out of play. Count even again. The count goes to 2-1 rather, with 2 away. Chavez in his first year with the Seagulls, a team with plenty of newcomers. Not a lot of turnover on this roster from last year. 2-1. That time fouled again to the right side, 2-2. Chavez at Loyola High School, 2023 team captain and MVP. He was selected second team All-Mission League in 2023, which was his best high school year. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one roped out to center field. A bit of a chase back for Jenkins, but no trouble as he puts the glove on it, and the side is retired. Polston sits down the Seagulls 1-2-3. We'll go to the 7th inning stretch before the Crawdads come up again. 4-0 ball game in favor of Walnut Creek. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network here in the bottom of the 7th. The Crawdads lead 4-0, trying to add on as Ben Resnick stays on the hill. Righty pitcher has gone through 2 innings so far for San Francisco. He'll face the lefty hitter first for the Crawdads, Brian Brome. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a pop out. As he swings at the first pitch he sees from Resnick and fouls it straight back, 0-1. Brome for the Crawdads has not played much. Was a late arrival to Walnut Creek. Now playing his 4th game of the season. He's hitting 182 so far. Native of Katy, Texas. Said he grew up a Seattle/Bay Area sports fan, though. The 0-1 home. And he drives one out to right field. It's high. Whalen coming in for it. And he puts the glove on it for out number 1. Big uppercut there from Ryan Brome.
Very much so. Just too far down on it, puts the barrel way under.
So with 1 away, they'll bring up Zach Justice. Of course, had the 2-run homer back in the first. His second time facing Resnick. He walked against him the first time up. So he's 1 for 2. Righty hitter against the righty pitcher. Justice with 2 homers now on the year. He drives one out to shallow center field, a run in for Santaga, and he'll make the catch in shallow left center after tracking it down, and there's 2 away. Honestly, impressive stuff from Resnick. He's not getting the strikeouts necessarily, but he's inducing contact that the Crawdads aren't getting base hits off of.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially being called upon as a guy who's really a catcher. Very impressive.
So Ewens is Crawdads' last chance here in the bottom of the 7th. Lefty hitter has a base hit on 3 tries. He takes a ball outside, 1-0. Ewens has the 2nd most RBIs in the CCL North. Crawdads occupy the 1st spot, 2nd spot, and the 4th spot in that ranking. The 1-0 taken in the dirt, 2-0. Ewens yesterday, 1 for 5, including an RBI, in a game where the Crawdads won 10-1 over the Stompers. They lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 7th over San Francisco. On the 2-0, he drives it out to left field. A bit of a run for Callinger. He'll find it toward the line, and the side is retired. So the Crawdads hit one to left field. They hit one to right field and center. All outs will go to the top of the 8th. Walnut Creek still up 4-0. New pitcher on the hill for the Crawdads is Max Cohen, the lefty. He's been a pretty constant force in the bullpen for the Crawdads. Pitched 2 of the Stompers games where he didn't give up a single earned run. He'll face Derek Waldvogel, steps in for the first time. takes a strike on the outer corner. Waldvogel came in for Jackson Landry, who had struck out twice playing at first. The 0-1 home. Swing and a miss. 73-mile-an-hour breaking ball outside. Got him to go. 0-2 at the dish. Crawdads lead 4-0. They have 5 hits. The 0-2 from Cohen. Half swing fouled straight back. Count remains 0-2. In the top of the 8th, Crawdads trying to pitch a shutout after only allowing 1 run yesterday and 2 the game before. The 0-2 just fouled off in and out of the glove of Justice. Count stays 0-2 as Waldvogel trying to battle. We saw him multiple times against the Crawdads in these first few matchups. Guy out of Skyline College, teammates with Trey Johnson. Outside corner, called strike 3. Umpire with another late signal, but that's Max Cohen's first strikeout of the day for out number 1. Crawdads pitching staff has done a good job. 8 strikeouts as a group so far today. That'll bring up the center fielder, Shane Santaga. The righty hitter takes outside 1-0. Santaga getting his first hacks of the game. He's 0 for 2, or excuse me, the spot in the lineup is 0 for 2 as Matt Galvin started there. But Crawdads have shut them down these past few innings. 1-0, hit high to the right side toward foul territory. Ewan's giving a chase. He's not going to get there for strike 1. 1-1 count at the dish. Crawdads looking for 3 straight wins after a bit of a tough stretch in the CCL. They lost some big games against Arroyo Seco and Sonoma. Seagulls, the 4-14 record. The 1-1 popped up right side of the infield. Ewens will be the one to call for it. He makes the grab for 2 outs. So Cohen's come in and done a pretty good job so far. The strikeout and allowing the pop-up. That'll bring up Pranav Sundar, taking his first hacks of the game. Sundar's another guy the Crawdads have seen multiple times playing in San Bruno. Did not start today. The lefty delivers to the righty. Outside breaking ball taken for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Cohen has been very solid for the Crawdads as a bullpen piece. The 0-1 is fouled to the right side, 0-2. He's eaten a lot of innings for Walnut Creek, a team that's seen a lot of late additions. He even went 4 1/3 against the Blues a week and a half ago. The 0-2 from Cohen. Fastball just outside. Called the ball, 1-2. Cohen's used to the bullpen role. 14 appearances at Monterey Peninsula in 2025. His longest outing was 3 2/3. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. 2 Ks in the inning for Cohen. And he's happy trekking back to the dugout. Crawdads will come up now, up 4-0, coming into the bottom of the 8th inning here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Creek. Walnut Creek Crawdads still lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Trying to extend their lead and get some insurance. Ben Resnick still on the mound for San Francisco. He's gone 3 scoreless so far. Giving up just a couple of hits. Joe Coupland will step in for Walnut Creek. He's 0 for 1 with a pair of walks and a ground out. Righty hitter will face the righty pitcher here in this 4-0 ball game. And the Crawdads out hitting San Francisco 5-4. Coupland waits the first delivery. Fastball taken low, 1-0. Coupland not an everyday player for the Crawdads, but has that two-way capability. Now with 13 at-bats on the year as a hitter. The 1-0. Fastball outside again, taken ball 2, 2-0. Coupland, a native right here in Danville, but played at the rival high school, San Ramon Valley, before going to Chabot College. The 2-0. Hit on the ground over towards short. Sundar picks it up, fires to first in time for out number 1. So the first man is retired, as that's now 6 straight sat down by Ben Resnick. He's done a fine job out of the bullpen.
Absolutely, just the weak contact stuff, and it's working really well. He doesn't have big strikeout stuff, not a high velocity kind of guy, but really efficient outing for him. He's doing a very fine job.
That brings up Ryan Ellis. He's 0 for 3, a couple of flyouts and a ground out. Ellis digging in on the left side against the righty. Looking for his first hit of the ball game. Swings at the first pitch he sees, drives it out to right field. A bit of a run back for Whalen, but he tracks it down and makes the catch in the sun for out number 2. So 2 quick outs again from Resnick. He's now 7 straight retired. That'll bring up Cam Calvillo. Faced Resnick back in the 6th, and he lined out in his lone time up. He's otherwise 0 for 2 in the ballgame, walked in the 4th. Righty on righty matchup. Calvillo from Cal State Northridge. He takes a looping breaking ball 67 miles an hour inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Calvillo in his 4th year with the Crawdads. Turned 22 in his season debut a few weeks ago. The 0-1, that one runs inside and hit him. 68 miles an hour, tags the back of Cam Calvillo, so he'll be aboard. And finally, Ben Resnick allows a base runner after some fine work out of the bullpen. So he'll pitch from the stretch as Trey Johnson will step in for the Crawdads. He had a hit back in the 6th inning, a single, stole second, and it was left there. As it's now Calvillo at first. We're in this 4-0 ball game, the bottom of the 8th inning where the Crawdads lead. Lefty hitter Johnson digs in. Try to add on to the lead. Fouls it off on the first pitch he sees to the right side. 0-1. Johnson starting in left field today. Normally plays in center. Says he likes to play center field rather than left, but has the ability to play in left. The 0-1. Grounded foul to the right side. 0-2. Johnson, another guy from Skyline College, who lost in the Super Regional in the 3C2A to West Valley College. And on first, the 0-2 with 2 away. High pop-up left side of the infield. Sundar is there at third. Makes the catch for out number 3. So the Crawdads put a goose egg on the scoreboard again. We'll go to the top of the 9th inning. Crawdads still up 4-0. Last chance for San Francisco. Making his Crawdads debut on the hill is Micah Billings, trying to close things down. The righty out of Laney College will go to Jackson State in the fall. He'll face Finn Whalen to start things off. Whalen digging in on the right side against the righty Billings. Mostly works with the fastball and the curveball. First offering a fastball outside, 85 miles an hour for ball one. Billings, a pretty late addition to the Crawdads roster. Spent his time at Laney as the closer. The 1-0. Fouled off to the right side. Another fastball, heart of the zone. 1-1.
Yeah, Billings has a nice two-pitch mix. Fastball, curveball primarily. Also does have a slider and changeup, but rarely uses those two.
The 1-1, curveball inside. Taken for a ball, 2-1. We talked to him pregame, said kind of works well with, I guess, not typical mechanics, but looks pretty normal on the mound.
Yeah.
The 2-1 in there for a strike, now 2-2.
Basically, he had a couple hip injuries in high school, Casey, so he's not quite as fluid as other pitchers. That's what he claims is his wacky mechanics, but it looks fine to me.
The 2-2. Strike three called. Looping breaking ball, 77 miles an hour, heart of the plate. Froze Whalen, and there's one away. So the first Crawdad strikeout of Micah Billings' career. His lineup will flip over to Miles Callinger. He's 1 for 3 with a double and a pair of times being retired on the strikeout and a ground out. Righty pitcher, righty hitter. Callinger digs in. Billings stares in, now fires. He shows bunt. In there for a strike, couldn't get the barrel on it. 0-1. Billings will take his talents to Jackson State in Mississippi. School that has grown its sports prowess quite a bit these past few years. Had Deion Sanders coaching there for a little bit for the football team. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 87 miles an hour dialed up on the radar gun inside. 0-2. That's the fastest pitch we've seen from Billings so far.
Yeah, he does a really nice job mixing some solid velocity with great location and spin. Looks good right now.
Shakes off two signs. Now agrees to the third. The 0-2. Fastball in the dirt, taken for a ball, 1-2. Not a bad idea with two strikes.
No, not at all. Reset Callinger's eye level, even though it's not the typical way to do it with the fastball up and in. Now he doesn't know where Billings can go here.
1-2 on Callinger. Crawdads 2 outs away from a 4-0 win. The 1-2 is fouled straight back on the curveball. 1-2 again. If the Crawdads can hold on here, it'd be 3 straight wins. Would be their 11th win of the year in a competitive CCL North with multiple teams already dialing up double-digit wins. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Micah Billings to start his Crawdads career. And that pitch looked really nice on the breaking ball.
Absolutely, a really slow looping curve with a ton of drop at the end of the life. Billings showing why he was a high leverage guy over at Laney already with the Dads so far.
So that'll bring up Jake Brewer, their best hitter. Billings potentially has a chance to strike out the side as he loops in another breaking ball, 0-1, called a strike. Billings looking solid in his Crawdads debut. We knew he had a lot of upside. Just was untapped. Second offering in the dirt. Taken for a ball, 1-1. Crawdads 1 out away now. Billings agrees to the sign. The 1-1 home to Brewer. High in the zone, taken for a ball, 2-1. Brewer, the best hitter on the Seagulls squad that has really struggled this year, hitting as a group, only 200 batting average as a group. 2-1 is fouled to the right side, out of play. Count goes even to 2-2. Billings talked to him pregame as well and said he's just excited for the opportunity to get some good looks at Jackson State, a program that could use some arms. He's flirting with striking out the side here. Has 2 strikeouts to start the inning. Now a 2-2 count at the dish to Brewer here in this 4-0 ball game. Neither team has put up any runs in a long time.
Certainly has the stuff. It would be extremely impressive to get that here, Case.
Billings looks in, now fires. Fastball outside. Ball 3, count goes full. Billings joined the roster last week. Didn't pitch until now. He readies on the payoff. Here it comes. Outside and low, ball 4. So it's a 2-out base runner here in the 9th for the Seagulls as Brewer takes first, and that'll bring up Alan Ramirez. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out.
Shortstop Alan Ramirez.
So Ramirez digs in on the right side against the righty hitter Billings. Runner at first is Brewer, who takes a comfortable lead. First offering, half swing, rolled on the ground toward third. Calvillo charges, picks it up, flips to first in time, and that's the ball game. Crawdads win 4-0 over the San Francisco Seagulls. They move to a solid 11-5 record as San Francisco moves to 4-15. Crawdads with 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. San Francisco, no runs on 4 hits, no errors. Winning pitcher for the Crawdads, Colin Nowacek, as he gets in the win column for the first time this year. A solid performance for him, going 5 innings full.
Absolutely, Nowacek did a masterful job, and then each arm out of the bullpen for Walnut Creek in spotless inning. Only 1 hit allowed by the bullpen today. Halen Guerrero, that one hangs on his head, but again, the pitching continues to be spotless, Casey, in the past 3 games. Still no earned runs allowed this week for Walnut Creek.
Yeah, you're right. 3 straight games. The Crawdads have not allowed an earned run, and now only 3 total runs allowed by the team in these past 3 games. So that is phenomenal. Crawdads will be back in action tomorrow in San Bruno, where they'll take on the Seagulls, trying to look for the sweep. We'll step off for now, but we'll be back at 6:05 tomorrow. Make sure to tune in. Kasey Kazliner, Charlie Limoncelli here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. As we say thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back tomorrow. Crawdads pick up a big win here on Thursday.